Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Remy and I'm so excited to be here and I'm so excited to meet every one of you. So I decided to do a video on wedding planning tips slash what I learned planning my wedding. Well, I recently got married. I got married in February and I'm Nigerian, by the way. I'm Yoruba, and planning a Nigerian wedding is, I think everyone that gets through a Nigerian wedding deserves a certificate of completion, like you did it. That kind of thing. Well, I learned a few things from planning my own wedding and I decided to share, and hopefully this helps someone in their wedding planning journey. And another thing, if your wedding has been impacted by the coronavirus pandemic, I'm really sorry. I know it must be like really hard and emotionally stressful. Like having to plan a wedding is stressful enough. Then having to add a pandemic on top of it, I'm sure like there is no book for that. No one ever thought of this happening. So yes, like I feel your pain. I'm really sorry you have to go through this, but I want you to know that you can still have like a very beautiful and amazing day at the end of all of this. So yes, let's get right into it. So my first advice is get a wedding planner. See, I almost didn't get one. Like it took me a while. My husband practically had to convince me that let's get a wedding planner, and honestly it made my life so much easier. Like it made all the difference. You need to get a wedding planner because the wedding planner will be like the mediator between your husband, the groom's family, and your own family. So yeah, you will avoid a lot of drama by getting a wedding planner. Trust me. Like yes, you will definitely avoid a lot of drama and uncomfortable situations. Just let your wedding planner handle the uncomfortable parts. Like maybe, for instance, hall arrangements. Like for my wedding, there was a bit of drama concerning hall arrangement. Like what side of the hall the cocktail and the desserts were going to be. Like was it going to be on the husband's side or the groom's side, on the groom's side or the bride's side, and all of that drama. Like imagine having to deal with that a day to my wedding or 2 days to my wedding. Thankfully, like there were a lot of gist I heard after my wedding that I'm like, thank God I got a wedding planner. Another thing that happened during my wedding, or that happened, was I think a week or the week of my wedding, my MC lost his dad. May so rest in peace. But the MC that we had paid, that was supposed to be the MC of the wedding, lost his dad. I did not even know about this until after my wedding. Like it was the day after the wedding planner was just me, and I'm like, okay. Like so the MC lost his dad. She couldn't get in touch with him. Well, they had been in contact. Like he told her that his dad was in a coma and all of that. But I think the dad eventually passed like the week, like a day or two before my wedding. And I don't even know how she did it, but there was an amazing, fantastic MC at the wedding. I did not even realize. Like I noticed, but I'm like, I thought my MC was fair. But I'm like, okay, maybe I wasn't sure because like there were so many vendors, and lo and behold, it was actually like an entirely different person. But it was amazing. Like it was so much fun. And yes, like honestly, you cannot. But another thing is, get a wedding planner, but get a wedding planner you can talk to. Don't get someone that will pressure you into doing into doing like more than you want to, or into doing something you're not comfortable with. Because one of the reasons I didn't want to get a wedding planner was I felt like this person was going to come and try to make me do like all the things I don't want to do, or say, okay, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. Like no, get a wedding planner you can actually like tell, this is what I want, and please make it happen as much as you can. And if it's not achievable, let me know, and let me know my options, and then I would decide. Like at the end of the day, it is your wedding. You still get to make the decision. Yes, it's your wedding, so you get to make the decision. So don't get like you know your pockets. So if you see a wedding planner that maybe planned one celebrity's wedding, or a celebrity wedding planner, and you know your pockets, your bank account is not a celebrity bank account, and you are going to get a celebrity wedding planner, well, miracles do happen. But yeah, get a wedding planner that fits into your budget, basically. So that's tip number one. Get a wedding planner that fits into your budget. So speaking about budget, that's like a very tricky bit, and that was the one bit I found really, really frustrating when planning my wedding, at least at the early phase of planning my wedding, because everyone kept saying, draw out a budget, and I'm like, I can't draw out a budget because I don't even know the prices of things. Like, it's just like saying draw out a budget when going to the market, but you don't even know the price of like basic things. You don't know the price they sell tomatoes, you don't know the price they sell like beans, you don't know how much they sell rice. Like, I've never planned a wedding. This was my first time planning a wedding, so I don't even know, like, will it be realistic for me to say, oh, my budget is 1 million, or will it be realistic for me to say, oh, my budget is 500,000? Because what if my budget is actually 500,000? There's a difference between drafting out, having a budget, and there's a difference in having a realistic budget. And you understand? So people are saying, draft a budget, draft out a budget, draw out a budget, but I need to know the prices of things and the range of things to be able to draw out a budget, a realistic budget. So I recommend, like, speaking to your friends or family members that have gotten married in the past, or if you attended a wedding that you like the decoration, just chat the person up and ask, oh, what did your decoration, how much was it, can you give me an idea of the cost? Or if you know someone that did the wedding and you like the makeup, just call and then start talking to vendors. If you've set a date for your wedding, start talking to different vendors, find out their cost, find out their prices. But see, don't let the first price you hear determine or scare you. Because I remember when I was planning my wedding and I reached out to one vendor on Instagram and they told me the price of decoration, and I'm like, wait too, are you telling me that people spend this much on decoration? See, I almost called off the wedding. I'm like, if decoration will cost this much, please, I'm clearly not even ready. But like, I eventually got a decoration that was divided by like 3 times the original price that I had. So just imagine the original price that I had, and I'm like, I can't do this. So yes, don't let the first price you hear like define what your budget is going to be. Like, speak to like different people, look at their pages, look at at least these days, like, Instagram is really easy to use. I know there are a lot of vendors that use fake pictures, but there are also a lot of vendors, like, I think the percentage of vendors that are honest, like, are higher than the percentage of vendors that aren't honest. So yes, just check out like Instagram pages. Just Google maybe hashtag weddings or hashtag Nigerian weddings on Instagram. You will see different vendors, look at their pages, pick to them, find out their prices, and from there you can now start drawing out a budget. So I found makeup artists that called like 300k, makeup artists that called 150k, and I knew deep in my heart that I wasn't willing to pay that much on makeup. And I found a makeup artist that was within my budget. She was even the one that did my friend Monjola's wedding. So another thing, this is why it is important to talk to people that have planned weddings before. Like, God bless my friend, she had her wedding 2 years before mine, and I think there were times I had certain prices and I was just like, hey God, babe, and she's like, why is that expensive? The person that did my own collected this amount, why don't you reach out to them? And then my makeup artist, the person that did my makeup was the person that did her makeup, my hair stylist was a hairstylist, my photographer was a photographer, my small chops person was the same person that did her sister's small chops. Like, even the car service I used, she gave me their details because she also like wanted to use them when she was planning her wedding. Even car serve, they were telling, because my husband doesn't live here, and then all of his groomsmen except one didn't live in Nigeria. So we needed to arrange like cars and that will drive them from the hotel to the venue, and even arrange cars that will pick them up from the airport, because some of the people that came for our wedding were coming to Nigeria for the first time, so we need to make sure that they were comfortable, arrange cars from the hotel, from the airport, to take them to the hotel, and just make sure they were well taken care of. So yeah, she recommended the car service to me. Like, I feel I was hearing car to rent car, I'm like, wait, am I buying the car? But yeah, so don't do no God, they do pass yourself. Don't do pass yourself. Do the one you can afford. So yes, find out the prices of things and then draft out a budget and share the budget with your planner. And just say, when you draft, like, don't share your price that you got with her. So what you will do is draft out, like, have a spreadsheet, draft out the things you need, the most important things, the things that are important to you. So you don't need to do everything, trust me. Draft out the things that are important to you, the things that you cannot do without, and then get the price estimate, then have a total budget. Then when you speak to your planner, just tell her that, okay, I am not willing to spend more than 50,000 naira on this wedding. Can you help me draft out a budget within that price, like that will fall within 50,000 naira? And then let's see what she brings, because she might even be able to save you a lot more money than you thought. If you've been too forward and you shared your budget with her, then she might be lax and say, oh, okay, and go for like even more expensive vendors. So even after you have a budget, reduce it and then ask her, because that is what you're paying her for, to make your wedding planning process easier and to save you money. So reduce the budget that you get and ask her, oh, okay, maybe if your budget is 50,000, just say, okay, my budget is 40,000. Can you, can we make that happen? Can it work? Can you send me like a spreadsheet of, all the different vendors and their prices and their price estimates? And then we'll start from there. So from there, you can now start, fine-tuning everything. Then the third step is, don't feel pressured. See, I think before you start like involving people in your wedding planning process, you need to be sure of what you want, because it's easy to get confused. It's easy because honestly, it's your first time. No, it's probably your first time planning a wedding, so you've not done this before, so it's very easy to get confused. Like, once too many people start getting involved, I'm like, oh, I think you should do this. Oh, I think you should do this. Oh, I think you should do this. And then the lines get blurred. Like, you don't even know which one is what you want, and then which one is like the things other people have like just pumped into your head. So be sure what you want. Be sure of your budget before you start getting people involved. I think most of my friends, I know the person I'm talking about knows herself. Like, one of my friends that was very, very involved in my wedding planning process, like, she was really helpful, and she was really, really helpful. God bless her, and I'm really grateful for everything that she did. But we almost fought, or we probably fought a few times. Our fight is very weird. Yes, we probably fought a few times, because she just said, like, when I say, oh, maybe my budget for drinks is 100k. She's like, how will your budget for drinks be 100k? Now wow, what this that, and I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't realize people spend their entire life savings on weddings, but based on like our own experiences with weddings and our own expectations, like, it's very easy for people to impose their expectations on you without even realizing it and without meaning to. That's why you need to like be sure of what you want before you start involving people, so you can draw the line and you can say, oh no, I'm not comfortable doing that, or no, I don't think I can afford that, and just stick to what you can afford. So don't feel pressured. If you don't want to have alcohol at your wedding, please, by all means, don't have alcohol. See, alcohol is even very expensive. I'm serious, alcohol is very expensive. So if people can bring their own drinks, okay, that might seem a bit cheap, but yeah, if you can say, okay, I'm only serving like soft drinks and juice at my weddings. If you want alcohol, like, you don't have to say it. People will drink. See, people will drink what they see. People will eat what they see. Anybody that comes to your wedding and goes away saying, there was not this, see, that person doesn't matter. Trust me. The people that really matter will have so much fun, and like, they will eat what they see, they will drink what they see, they will dance to what music they hear, and they will have a good time. As in, I can remember like 2 weeks before my wedding, I remember, I didn't plan for continental dishes. And then someone was like, why won't you have Chinese at your wedding? Why won't you have continental dish at your wedding? And I'm like, she's like, see, you have to pay for it. So I looked at the budget. I'm like, I didn't budget for this, you know. We are spending the money meant for food on food, basically. And if I had to pay for continental dishes, like, separately, it would have eaten into other things. And I'm just like, nah, I'm not doing. I said, like, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing. I think I was like, oh, I'll think about it, but I made up my mind, and I didn't even bother telling anybody else about it. I just made up my mind, like, no, I'm not paying for, Chinese, I'm not paying for continental dishes. And I don't think anybody noticed. Like, people came, they ate what they saw, they had fun. Like, I think one thing, like, when my wedding planner was asking me, oh, what's the theme for your wedding? One thing I knew I wanted was, I wanted my wedding to be fun. I wanted people to come and have, like, a good time. For me, the greatest present was, like, the presence of people at the wedding. Like, most of our friends made, like, sacrifice of coming for our wedding. So I just wanted them to have a very, very good time. And I knew Chinese rice or continental dishes was not going to define that. Like, most of the people that were even coming, most of the people that really mattered, I knew those things were not going to matter to them. Do you get? So I made the decision, no, I'm not doing. And I did not do, and nobody died, and the wedding was fun. So yes, don't feel pressured. Do what you can afford, because the people that really matter will have a good time regardless of what they have there, regardless of what you serve them or what you give them. Then have a spreadsheet. I think I've spoken about that when I was talking about budget, but it is really important. Have a spreadsheet. Document everything. Document everything, like everything, because when you send money to these vendors, save the receipt, like save the receipt of payment, save your proof of payment. Let them confirm they have received the money. Screenshot the message where they confirmed they have received the money and save that picture. Document everything. Have a spreadsheet, like first installment, second installment, third installment, because you're dealing with a lot of vendors. You're paying a lot of vendors. Even if you're sending the money to your wedding planner, you're still paying for, like, a lot of vendors. So just once you pay the first installment, put it there, amount and paid. I know it seems like a very basic thing, but trust me, something you can even forget to do. So just make sure you update your sheet regularly. And then another thing, your miscellaneous fund, like, you need miscellaneous fund, because trust me, there are last minute things you won't think about. Like, I think I had, like, in my head, sufficient money for miscellaneous. What can happen that will now take, like, all of this money? But when these things started happening, they weren't like bad things, but you know, I realized I had not, like, put into consideration the funds for, like, picking up our friends from the airport to the hotel, and they were coming in different batches, so we needed to also sort that out. So basically, just have miscellaneous funds. Then save and store everything. Plan months ahead. Like, just once you decide on your wedding date, I know it might seem like, we still have a month, we still have like a year to go, or we still have 9 months to go, but start putting everything in place. You don't have to start paying vendors, but have an idea of the vendors you will use. Speak to them, have them on a sheet, like, have an idea of the hall you want to use. Go there, check it out, find out, the proximity, how, like, the road network, what is the traffic situation like there on Saturdays, because you don't want people to be coming to your wedding and start turning back because they can't get there. So basically, and try to pick, so just go visit the halls, like, go visit different halls, make your hall selection. Just start planning, like, months before. Decide, are you buying your wedding dress, are you making your wedding dress, because you need to make certain provisions if you're buying or if you're making. And then just start planning. Are you having bridesmaids or bridesmaids? Anyway, are you going to be having bridesmaids, or are you going to, be going solo with just a cheap bridesmaid? Make all these decisions. I'm talking about bridesmaids. Don't be sensible. You be sentimental, but be sensible when selecting your bridesmaids, because you want people that will go above and beyond for you. Because trust me, it's your special day, and you deserve to be pampered, and you deserve to be treated specially, and you don't need an attitude, because you're under a lot of pressure. Like, one of the most important days of your life, or it's an important day of your life, and you're under a lot of pressure. So you don't need an attitude. You don't need people that you don't need negative energy. So when you're picking your bridesmaids, just be sentimental, but be sensible. Pick people that will go above and beyond. Basically, pick people that wouldn't mind removing their heels to make sure things are sorted and things are being handled the way they should be handled. Like on my wedding day, I think my husband even noticed, like, my eyes were just darting everywhere, because you just want to make sure everyone is being taken care of. You want to make sure everything is going well. So my eyes were like darting everywhere. And then my friend Diola, she wasn't one of my bridesmaids, but like, she, like, I think my MC noticed, and I was like, okay, what do you want to be your eyes and your ears? And most of my bridesmaids were busy, and then I just called them, like, Diola, and then he called her to the stage, and I told her, and she's like, don't worry, it's handled. And it was handled. Like, that was it, because I noticed some people were not eating, and I was wondering, like, my colleagues, why are they not eating? So, like, she just went, sorted everything out, and it was handled. So, like, your wedding planner is working, everybody's working, but even you, like, even if you have like 10 wedding planners, as the bride, you will just be looking everywhere, trying to make sure everyone is well taken care of. So, like, having bridesmaids that will go above and beyond to make sure everything is going well is really important. So, like, just be very selective when picking your bridesmaids. That's all I'm going to say about bridesmaids. Then test your oh god, this test your clothes the week of the wedding. Not 2 weeks to the wedding, not 3 weeks to the wedding. Test your clothes the week of the wedding. So something happened to me. So, I was a Yoruba bride, or I'm a Yoruba bride, and I was wearing the traditional ashoke. And I had heard before that, the ashoke shrinks when you iron it. So, I told my tailor, I told the person making the dress that please make sure you iron it before cutting and sewing. So she did all of that. I tested it. It was perfect. It was even a bit loose. Like, it was perfect, but I told her to loosen it out a tiny little bit just to make it a little bit freer. So it was free. It was perfect. I liked the fit. I liked everything. Then I decided, because it was plain, but it was like a two-tone ashoke, plain two-tone ashoke. So I said, I had stoned the gele and the ikpele. Okay, let me just stone the ashoke, just, to add a bit of drama, because I saw the very simple style. I will attach a picture of my ashoke, and then I gave it to my auntie and to mommy to stone the ashoke for me. But I think none of us realized that stoning the ashoke was a different ball game from ironing the ashoke. So when stoning, they use this heat transfer machine, and that, like, anyway, the morning of my wedding, we started struggling with my ashoke. Like, the makeup artist came on time, my photographers came on time, everything was timely, it was going well, everything was, just on time. And then it was like, I think the wedding was supposed to start at 9. Then at 8, okay, let me wear clothes and go and take pictures, and we can now head to the venue. The venue was just like 10 minutes drive. In fact, less than 10 minutes drive from the hotel. As I tried wearing my skirt, we started zipping. It wasn't like going up. As we're trying to force it up, the zipper broke. Oh God. I'm like, no, this can't be happening. Like, this cannot ever be happening. And we tried to, I'm a tailor, like, I'm a fashion designer, so I removed the skirt. I had my nails done, so it wasn't as easy, but I removed the skirt, tried to like fix the zipper from underneath and bring it up. So we attached a thread to try to pull the zipper. I wore the skirt back, and then as we were trying to pull the zipper, I broke again, and we realized, no, we can't do this. So one of my wedding assistant, my assistant from my wedding planner, took needle and thread, and they had to sew me into my ashoke. Yes, I got sewn into my wedding ashoke. The zips got sewn together, and they pinned the bow at the back in place to cover the thread. But that was it. So please test your clothes, like, test every single dress you plan on wearing the week, like, because people gain overnight weight. In fact, if you can test it the day before the wedding, like the day before the wedding, you can still make necessary adjustments, but you don't want to have, like, you don't want surprises on your wedding day. So just do whatever you can. Test everything you are wearing. In fact, test your bra. Test everything the day or two before the wedding, so that no surprises. Then Yes, I've spoken about having budget for miscellaneous, and on that day, just calm down. I feel like I didn't even take this advice I'm giving because, like at first we're run so because of wardrobe malfunction, like the traditional wedding got a bit delayed, and we're doing it two on the same day. So the traditional wedding got a bit delayed, and that sort of affected the white wedding. And my brother was calling me, "Where are you guys?" And I got a bit like tense because I was ready, but some of my girls weren't ready, and I was like, "Where's everybody? Where's everyone?" My friend was like, "Calm down!" I'm like, "Don't tell me to calm down. Where's everybody?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that." But yes, she was just trying to get me to be calm, but like, it's a really like tense day, and it's a fast, like everything happens so fast. I saw a video of someone saying on your wedding day, 1 hour is like 10 minutes, and it's the truth. Like everything happens so fast. You think, oh, we have time, and then you get there, you realize just still styling my hair. The wedding should start in 10 minutes. So yes, like just try to calm down and have fun. Like it only happens once, and I'm glad I had a very good time. I can say I had fun. Like I had so much fun on my wedding day. I don't know if I would if I had to do it again. I don't want to go through all that stress, but it was fun. Most people get to do it just once, so you just want to make sure you have a good time. Don't let the day pass you by. I had so much fun. Like I was involved in the wedding. Like obviously there are some things that people would gist me about, like all the background things that were happening, like maybe with food or with drinks that I don't know about, but the wedding day itself, I had so much fun. I danced with my friends. It was just fun, and I had a very, very good time. And just enjoy your day. You do it only once, and yeah, just try to calm down, have fun, enjoy your day, dance, laugh, take pictures, and wish you a very happy married life.